All right, y'all. All right, we in the building. Roll the intro.
Another one, it's another one, and another.
What's poppin', y'all? We are back with another video. If this is your first time here, make sure you subscribe to the channel. It's somewhere down there. Subscribe right now. Click that subscribe button. Make sure you like the video. Super important. Like the video right now. It helps the content get to who it needs to get to. And make sure you turn that notification bell on so you don't miss the next time I drop another video. All right, y'all. How y'all feeling? How y'all doing? Okay. So, y'all, I got my hair cut. As y'all can see, I cut my hair off. I was growing my hair out. And I was just like, you know what? It's just not giving. I'm used to my wave cut. And y'all know I haven't had the wave cut since I really dropped all the weight. Because I've been growing my hair out since I started YouTube. So I started off with it like this length or just a tad bit higher. And then started growing. And remember, I used to always wear the hat. But y'all feeling it? I'm feeling it. I feel refreshed. I feel renewed, rejuvenated. I don't know. It's something about when you get a fresh cut. And especially like once you've been growing your hair for a little bit and you just cut it off and you just go back, I feel very clean cut. You know what I mean? Feel very clean cut. So, but I'm excited to get on here with y'all. So this won't be a long video at all. I was gonna upload 2 videos tonight, but I'm not. I have the other one recorded. So if you see me tomorrow in this same t-shirt with this same energy and glow, it's because the video was recorded today. Like, you know. So, anyway, y'all, let's just go ahead and jump right into it. So, we got to talk about Meg. So, Meg recently did an interview with Billboard, and they asked her basically if she was willing to reconcile with Nicki Minaj. And Meg has some words. So, I'm going to head over to the Neighborhood Talk and pull the article up, and then we'll chat about it, and we'll go from there. Let me see. Receipt screen. All right. So, it reads, and this is just a small insert from the article. You guys can go read the article yourself. We're not going to read the whole thing here. Okay. So it says, Megan Thee Stallion is finally addressing her beef with Nicki Minaj. During their recent interview with Billboard, Meg shares that she genuinely doesn't know why Nicki dislikes her. She said, I still to this day don't know what the problem is. Meg said in regard to the two exchanging disses on Hiss and Bigfoot, I don't even know what could be reconciled because to this day, I don't know what the problem is. Megan does say, though she appreciates when people like Nicki chooses to diss her because it shows that they view her as competition. I'm only going to keep doing what I'm doing, Megan says. If people feel like I'm somebody to aim at, then I must be pretty high up if you're reaching up at me. I must be some kind of competition. That makes me feel good. That makes me feel like I could rap because if I wasn't y'all wouldn't be worried about me. Okay? So that is what Meg had to say about the whole Nicki thing. And honestly, I agree with Meg with that second part. It does make her, honestly, we do know she got her first solo #1 record because of the beef with Nicki Minaj and everything. And so Megan is more so, Nicki Minaj is not going anywhere. She is who she is. She's done what she's done. She did what she did for the culture. She's here. She's planted. She's a staple. She's a legend. But the beef with, and I wasn't doing YouTube at the time they got into it. I think I started in March. They got into it like top of February, end of January, top of February, something like that. But the beef with Nicki Minaj and Megan, it's more so always going to benefit Megan and go in Megan's favor because one, the reputation that Nicki has of being and being a mean, kind of like a mean girl in a way, like a nice nasty. We'll use that. Like Nicki Minaj has a reputation for being nice nasty, or sometimes it could just be nasty to some people depending on who you are and what interaction you had with her. And so Megan says something about reach up. I do agree with her. Like, if I'm Megan Thee Stallion, yeah, I do feel like somebody because I got the queen of rap coming from my throat. So I feel like the queen of rap isn't going to come from my throat if A, I can't rap, and it's one of these, and you pick one, and maybe it's all three. She's not going to come if I can't rap. if I'm not making noise or making buzz, or if she doesn't see me as competition. She has to, one of those things has to be either she thinks I can rap really, really well, she sees me as competition, or I'm just really out here doing my damn thing. So I do feel her on that. I really feel Meg on that. But I think it's interesting that Meg is choosing now to address the beef, especially in the Billboard interview, because she simply could have just passed on the question. She's done several interviews as far as like for magazines and stuff after the Nicki Minaj beef, and she's choosing to address it now for the very first time publicly. And I really don't, I guess I'm thinking why now, but I was thinking about it too, and I could be wrong, but this is where my mind goes. You know, her album has dropped, and you know what I mean? She's outside. She's about to get ready to host the VMA Awards in a couple of days, like 5 days or so. The same award show Nicki hosted last year. Now, that's the question I would have loved for them to ask her. So, how do you feel like people are going to view, you know, you as the host, considering Nicki Minaj hosted last year and da-da-da-da-da-da? I want to know. I wish he would have asked her that. Ask her that. I would have really wanted to know, because Meg is set to go ahead and host the VMAs, I believe, on the 10th, which is 5 days from now. And Nicki Minaj hosted that 2 years in a row. So, you know, inquiring minds would just be thinking, like, turning their head, like, is this a calculated move? Or, like, what is this even giving? Because y'all could have called anybody else, but then you call her the year that her and Nicki is into it. You know what I mean? So, is it MTV being messy, or is this Rock Nation, that Rock Nation voodoo? Either way, you know, I think Meg will probably do well as a host. I feel like Meg is a likable person. She has the likability going for her. When she speaks well. From what I've heard Meg speak, you know, all these years, she knows how to enunciate her words and everything. So I think that Meg will do good. She's witty, and then they write your jokes and stuff for you too in the MTV thing. So I think she'll do good. So something else too, I'll go ahead and touch on while we're here. So something else she has said in the interview. Okay, so the headline had read Megan Thee Stallion on whether she wants more support from black men. Okay, so we'll go ahead and read this, and we'll kind of expound on this a little bit too. Let me get it pulled up. All right, so it says it's no secret that after Tory Lanez shooting trial, many black men had reservations about Megan Thee Stallion, mainly due to the many discrepancies on what led up to the shooting that night, leaving many of Tory's male supporters to believe that Meg had set him up. During the interview with Billboard magazine, Meg spoke about an apology she received from Shannon Sharpe after he made an inappropriate sexual joke about her. When asked if she wants more support from black men, Meg had this to say: "I really don't care. Maybe if you would have asked me this last year or 2 years ago, I would have wished I had more black people in general in my corner. It would have felt nice to be protected by some black men in this instance. But the more I wasn't getting it, the more and more I realized I wasn't going to get it. Who should feel safe and important at the end of the day is me. And I was going to have to make myself feel that way. I wasn't going to find it in people. I don't know at all." She said, "I don't know at all." She continued. Now I don't care. As long as I make myself feel happy, that's what matters to me." So, and honestly, Meg, I think that is an excellent standpoint to have too, because you're the only one that could bring yourself happiness. Like, you can't, that happiness isn't gonna, you're not gonna be able to get that from, you know, people. You're just not gonna be able to get that from people. Like, you have to be able to make yourself happy. And I do get what they're saying. They're acting like, you know, when everything had went down with the Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez trial and the, you know, the bleeping and everything like that, the black men, you know, were on the fence, myself included, honestly, at first. And then when the details and things started coming out, I'm like, okay, no, he definitely bleeped her. And then as of recently, maybe like a month or so ago, I started having a different feeling about. So I definitely see, but I think honestly, I wish he would have probably passed on this question, honestly, because I don't want us to beat the Tory thing to death. I feel like we've moved on from this, girl. You had your trial. everything happened. He got sentenced. Just pay it, girl. Like, you know, but I do understand, you know, they didn't ask about him directly. They just asked about if she wished she had more black men in her corner during that time where, you know, it was, the narrative was protect black women, but Meg didn't feel like she was being protected by her own people, black men and even some black women. So, I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of off the Meg sympathy train. It get a little tired for me. You know, it's like, I think we should just keep it with the music. But I will say this. Megan Thee Stallion is doing her thing right now, y'all. Let's even head over to her Instagram. Megan Thee Stallion just got a new deal with Pepsi or whatever. And which they was saying on Twitter. And look, they always trying to do something, but you know, they messy on Twitter. They was like, is she in her queen era? Now, I don't know what that means, but I guess you're considered, I don't know if they were saying like, is she in her queen, as in like Queen Nicki Minaj queen era? Or is she in her like, is she the queen of rap era? Because she had that. I don't know. It didn't really, I don't know. I didn't really see what they meant. I mean, it's like she got a Pepsi commercial, which is a big deal. That's a big partnership and a big brand deal for her. But I mean, that is generally, the rap girls get that. You know, Beyonce had one, which she's not a rap girl, but Nicki's had one, Cardi had one. Now Meg have one. Y'all know with these partnerships, like a Beats partnership or something like these girls are all bound to have like similar ones. So, you know, if Nicki had one, then they go to the next girl who's maybe popping at the time. That's how these kind of things work. But nonetheless, she looked really good in the commercial. And she looked really good in the commercial. And they kind of like did a remake of the iconic commercial that Beyonce did back in the day with Pink and somebody else. Pink and who, y'all? Christina Aguilera maybe or something like that. So this is the commercial. Let me just show y'all a glimpse because I don't want them to flag it. But this the commercial, y'all. So that's what the commercial looking like. And then this is her Billboard cover. This is Megan's Billboard cover right here. She looks good. Meg looks good. The body is T. Look at this. She looks good. This is a beautiful, beautiful young lady. She's beautiful. Tall, long legs for days. Meg is so beautiful. Meg is a really beautiful girl. So, yeah, y'all, but I don't know. I feel like it's very interesting to see her speak on this now. But she's doing her thing. So she got the Billboard cover. She has the Pepsi commercial. Did she actually do a Billboard interview? Oh, she actually did an interview. Testing knowledge with Billboard on Anime Knowledge. And then now she'll be hosting the VMAs on, I believe, the 10th. And not only is she hosting, she'll be performing as well. So we'll definitely be tuned in to see what Meg Thee Stallion is giving on that. Her last performance at the, where did she perform at the BET Awards? I wasn't wild, but it was a good performance. So I really want to see what she's going to do. And I feel like she's going to eat it, especially if she do the Mamushi or Washi Wash Sta. I feel like that has potential to be a great performance because it's outside of Meg's norm as far as like just throwing ass and you know what I mean. I feel like it'll be a good performance. So I'm excited to see it. But let me know what y'all think about this video and let me know what you guys think about the content. And also y'all have not sent in y'all Ask Keon advice. I need to ask Keon questions so I can add it to the segment. Okay? Y'all need to listen. Y'all need to follow instructions. Send in those Ask Keon questions to the email. The email is listed in the description. It's KeonWest@outlook.com. So I need y'all to send that ASAP so we can incorporate that in here. And yeah, but let me know what y'all think about this video. Let me know how you feel in the comments and I'll catch y'all on the next video. I'm out of here.